one of Brisbane's best, Queensland's best, Australia's best. When he's not in the boat, he's on land, he's always telling gags. He's a great way to enjoy the next while. Please welcome Steve Allison. Bring on Steve.
Hey! Thanks very much, everybody. How good have the Boomers done tonight? They've done great. And to tell you the truth, I'm 2 years short of being a boomer. I'm a 66 model. So 2 years earlier, I would have been a boomer. But I was bred by boomers. Yeah, which means I'm the last generation of Australian male to have been taught boomer stuff. Yeah, like chivalry. Yeah, you'd know what chivalry is. Got a young bloke here. Do you know what chivalry is? You do? What is it? No. You thought I'll go with that? Yes, no, I'm fucked. See that? No idea what chivalry is. None. Old mate down the front? What's chivalry? You don't know? Which part of Caboolture are you from? I would have picked it new. You know, you've got to watch. Fuck. What's chivalry? Respect. That's a good thing. There's respect for women, being a gentleman, doing gentlemanly things like... opening a door. Great example. But young women don't want that nowadays. They don't. No, I pushed the door open for a young woman 3 weeks ago. She just looked at me and went, piss off. She said, I'm trying to have a shit. And I was confused at that point. It makes it difficult, it does. Other women want it. My missus was absolutely pissed off because I didn't open the car door for her. Yeah, 2 years ago. I just didn't open the car. Look, I'll be honest, I panicked and swam for the surface. Next time. You just learn as you go. But it's all part of growing up and things are changing. Times are changing. Would you agree? Everything changes. Like when I bought this shirt, it was slim fit. It's not living up to its job nowadays. So you guys are young. How old are you guys? 50? Yeah, I'm 59, so similar era. How long have you been together? 28 years. 40 years I've been with my missus. Yeah. 40 years. 35 years of marriage. We had a 5-year apprenticeship, as you do. That's easy. Marriage is quite a simple thing. How long have you been together? Fucking 7 or 8 years. Took a while to find each other, huh? That's fair enough. That's the hard part, finding the right person. I dated different types of people, girls I should say, to find the right one. I even went out for midget. Yeah, I was nuts over her, to tell you the truth. It was different. She used to go up on me. Have you ever had that? No. Doesn't happen. My dad tried to stop me. He said, don't marry her. I said, why? He said, she's beautiful. I said, I know. He said, well, you don't marry beautiful girls, son. Beautiful girls run off with somebody else. It's like, Dad, ugly ones can do it too. And he was like, yeah, but who cares? That was him, not me. Okay, that's been bred out of me. That's old school, you know. I don't think that way. I'm young enough and smart enough to realise that men are under a lot of pressure nowadays. Like you're only a young fella there. Do you know the pressure you're under? You think so? Do you know if they ever invent a vibrator that can kill a spider and take a garbage bin out, you're fucked. We all are, right, girls? Yeah, it's just how it works. Marriage isn't hard from a bloke's point of view. It's not. From a man's point of view, marriage is simple. You just have to understand women. Which isn't that difficult, really, it isn't. Because women don't want a lot of things from a man. They do want a lot of stuff, but they really don't. The two main things they want from a man. Now, ladies, correct me if I'm wrong. Fuck, I know you will. Correct me if I'm wrong. The first and foremost thing you want from a man, from a marriage, is an honest man. Yeah? You want an honest man, preferably with a sense of humour. Yeah. Okay. Pardon? And a short lifespan. Yeah, fair enough. How long you been cooking fucking beef Wellingtons? You've got the same look as her, you fucking twisted fucker. Look like you've been out picking mushrooms now. Pardon? Google got it wrong. No, she got it right. She knew exactly. Fuck, let's get off that. It was an ad lib. We don't want to go into people killing people. See the role you've just taken me off? I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about. But marriage is simple. They want an honest man, preferably with a sense of humour and a short lifespan. Okay, fair enough. I'll show you how it works. I work on cruise ships quite a lot. Who's ever seen me on a Royal or a Princess? You've seen me out there? You've seen me out there? Yeah. I do it a lot. I literally just got off one 2 weeks ago. I got another one next week. Love it. But about 6 months ago, I got off a beautiful ship and flew back to Brisbane. My beautiful wife picked me up at Brisbane airport, drove me back to the Gold Coast where we live at Currumbin. When we walked into the house, we have a home phone next to the door with an answering machine. Now, for the young fella there, home phone is attached to a wall. Rotary. Anyway, the little red light on the message machine was blinking, which never happens. People don't leave messages on home phone. So we pushed the button and listened to the message together, expecting Optus trying to upgrade us. No. Some drunk woman has found my home phone number after I've just been on a ship for 10 days performing by myself, and left a message. And this is the exact message she left, word for word, in a very drunk female voice, which I won't imitate. The message said, "Steve, I really enjoyed our time together." Yeah, not a good start, right, ladies? "Steve, I really enjoyed our time together. I think you're funny. I want to see you again. And I love you. Call me back." And didn't leave a phone number. Now, girls, ladies, young fella, as you can imagine, this is not a good message, but all I could do was use my sense of humour and my honesty. So I pointed at the machine. I said to my wife, I said, "Darling, I don't know who that is. I don't even recognise the voice. Jesus, that could be any one of hundreds of women." And she didn't laugh like you people. Not a bit. So sense of humour had failed me, young fella. So all I had left was honesty. I was like, "Oh, come on, darling. You don't have to worry about me. You know that. I wouldn't cheat on you. I'm not that bloke. Wouldn't do it. Never have. Never will. And after 40 years, I just wouldn't. And besides, after 40 years together, you know better than anyone if I had slept with another woman." She's not ringing me back. And she went, "No, that's a fair call. We're good. We're okay." Pardon me. Pardon me. You got it as well? Yeah. It's not COVID, is it? Could be. Doesn't bother me anyway. I'm not worried about it. Seriously. Never bothered me, COVID. My dad, different story. Dad's 85. He's overweight, multiple underlying health conditions. Lives in Sydney at Mona Vale on the northern beaches in a $2.5 million house. And people were saying to me, "Are you worried about COVID?" I'm like, "No." Not a bit. Well, what would you do if you caught it? It's pretty obvious, mate. I'd visit Dad. I'd be like straight over there, coughing all over him. He's a good bloke, though. He's a funny bloke. He used to say to me when I was a kid all the time, he used to say, "As long as you live under this roof, you'll do things my way." Very Australian thing, right? Yeah, who heard that growing up? Yeah, my dad said it all the time. "As long as you live under this roof, you'll do things my way." I had to come home from school every day pissed. It's the way it works. But yeah, very Australian bloke, and I like that because I grew up being an Australian kid, and I think Australian people are great. We're fun people. We're just lazy, aren't we? See, only 3 of yous answered. See that, Nan? 3. Fucking Kiwis trying to blend in. Just how it works. We can be lazy. We can. Seriously, I got a mate so lazy he married a woman that was already pregnant. I mean, Jesus. Just some things you do yourself, isn't there, Pop? That's one of them. Yeah, I think we're good people like that, you know. I really do. We've got a great sense of humour, and what that is we take the piss out of each other. It keeps us level. Would you agree with that? It does, keeps us level. Everybody takes the piss out of each other, and it stops anyone getting too big, and I love that. My mates do it to me all the time because I'm a comic. You know, I was playing golf 2 weeks ago, just before I went on that cruise with my mates, 4 of them, or 3 of them was a foursome. And I'm not a good golfer either. Like, do you play golf? Oh, I'm not very good at it. I hit one shot, I hit the ball, and I called the shot the Malaysian Airways because I fucking saw it take off. Yeah, I'm fucked if I know where it landed, all right? Yeah, we think it's in the water, we're not sure, but anyway, I was playing golf with the boys, and Les, great mate Les, good bloke, very Australian bloke, but he's got the only name in Australia you can't put an O on the end of. Lezo. Okay, it's all right. It doesn't matter, I'm not picking on lesbians, they're great people. They are. I've got a couple live next door to me, they're beautiful. They've been there 9 years and they are wonderful people. You know, I love them, they like me, they love my wife. But we're great friends, they've been there 9 years. They actually bought me that for my birthday in May. It's nice, but I think they were confused when I said I want a watch. You like that one, Nan? You got tears there, I can see. Fair enough. Not picking on them, not picking on lesbians or trans or any of that. Although some people, they get offended. I was on a cruise late last year and I was doing a joke about my next door neighbours, and this person stood up in the audience and went, "You can't say that." And I said, "What?" And they said, "That, you can't talk about lesbians, I'm offended." And I went, "Really?" And they went, "Yeah, I'm offended. I'm non-binary." And I went, "I'm 59. Which means I've heard the term, but I don't really know what that one is. I know it's one of the alphabet people, but I'm not sure which one. Pop, you any idea what non-binary is? No idea. You've heard the term. You heard it, no idea. Young fella, fuck, you could be it. There's a fair chance. What is non-binary? Something to do with computers. Probably. I think it's Apple or Mac, all right? Apple or Windows, I'm not sure. No, I said, "Look, I don't understand what that is. I know it's one of the alphabet." And they went, "It means non-binary means I don't identify as being a male or a female." And I was like, oh. Well, I'm looking at you, and tell you the truth, I'm fucking struggling with it too. Seriously. And they were like, "Yeah." I went, "You're serious? You don't understand whether you're a male or female? You don't know which one?" And they went, "No." And I went, "Oh, well, look, I'm an average Australian bloke, and if people have got a problem, I like to help. And if you've got a problem, fuck, I'll try and help. I'll see if I can work it out for you." We'll all work it out. We're in a big theatre, there's 1,500 of us. Well, here's a good example. I went, we're on a ship, we're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Imagine right now, the captain came on and said, "We're sinking. Abandon ship, women and children first." I bet you'd pick a fucking side then, wouldn't you? Be straight into the first lifeboat going, "My name's Donna. And I'm gonna steer it, okay?" So yeah. But what I was getting at is we take the piss out of each other, and I was playing golf when I got distracted. I was playing golf and my mate said to me, "Steve, you're going out on a ship again?" I said, "Yep." And he said, "How long for?" I said, 10 days. He goes, "Oh." He goes, "Hey, what would happen if I came around to your joint while you're away and cracked onto Monique?" Now, Monique would be my beautiful wife. He goes, "What would happen if I got onto Monique while you're away and got her pregnant?" He goes, "Would that make us related?" It's like, no. It'd make us even. It's just the way we work things out in this country, you know. I like that about us. And as I said, I love being married and I love having kids. I actually am a granddad 7 months ago. A little baby boy named Caleb. My daughter had a kid. Yeah, how's that? It's a scary thing, isn't it, when your daughter has a kid? You know, it's just freaky, you know. But I remember the day she was born, 30 years ago, literally 30 years ago. How's this, ladies? First generation of Australian male to go to the birth of their kids. Yeah. I was born mid-60s. Men didn't go in those days, correct? My dad didn't go to my birth, for instance. He just drove past the hospital and beeped the horn. Yeah, ripper! I had no idea what I was going to go through. I asked Dad. He said, I don't know, mate. I went through a carton. It was at the pub. So I had to go to Le Mans class, an antenatal course, but I got banned the first night. I'm a comedian. I couldn't help myself. They had all the women down on their hands and knees panting. I stood up and went, hey, you realise that's what got you all in trouble in the first place? So, Pop, they threw me out. So I went to the birth, no idea what I was going to go through. I knew it was going to be a long day, so I took an esky. But it was lucky it was just a 3-beer birth. It was very quick, And all I had was one job, cut the cord. And as soon as I cut the cord, the baby was free. Doctor took over. After that, he picked her up, he put her on the table, cleared her throat, made sure she was breathing. Then he rolled her out like a piece of bread and he measured her and he yelled out to the nurse, 46 centimetres. It's true. Then he picked her up and he weighed her and he said 6 pounds 4 ounces. I just looked at him and said, mate, is it legal? Can we keep it? First photo of me daughter's holding her by the ankles. Look. It's true. But she's 30 now. Works at the Gold Coast Airport in the Virgin Lounge. I didn't think she'd still qualify, but she's got a baby. But yeah, she's a great kid, and and I love her, and I want to. Pardon me, I should have had that Andy-Cole that was offered to me before. But yeah, I love it dearly. I love having kids, and I love life because life is to be enjoyed. Would you agree? Yeah. You've got to have fun. You've got to enjoy yourself and have fun, but you've got to take care at the same time, young fella. Okay, I mean it. You got to take care. Because look at me. Pardon me. Look at me. I'm 59. Really? You look younger. No. I've mentioned it. I'm 59 and I've already had 2 major heart attacks. 2 major heart attacks and a triple bypass open heart surgery. If you think I'm full of shit, I'll get the lady at the front. Could you stand up for a sec? Just stand up for a sec. I'll get you to verify. You can see the zip. Can you see the zipper? You can see it. Sorry about the fat stomach. No, stay up. You can see that, right? I was doing that joke the other day and a woman said if that stomach was on a woman, she'd be pregnant. And I went, this stomach was on a woman and she is pregnant now. So you saw the zipper? You saw it? Triple bypass, open heart surgery. 18 months ago, kidney cancer. Can you see where they took my kidney out? You see that? All right. Okay. No colostomy, but I did have a vasectomy. All right. Don't want to check that. All right. Okay. Just checking. I wasn't going to bring them out. I didn't iron them. So, I nearly died. Triple bypass, open heart surgery, double heart attack. Friends were worried. Steve, you have another heart attack. What do? Tip your ashes into the ocean? I was like, no, try CPR. Learn that shit. But they were serious. If we can't bring you back, do we tip your ashes into the ocean? I said, no, I've got a better idea because I had plenty of time to think about. Like, when you go, mate, may it be a long, long time away. What do you want, buried or barbecue? Fireworks, okay. So buried, burnt. Yeah, there it is. Buried or barbecue? Buried. Okay, nobody ever says that anymore. Good for you. Buried it is. Buried or barbecue? Barbecue. Where would you like your ashes placed?
Wherever I say.
Wherever you say. Final word. Okay, fair enough. My friend said, should we tip you into the ocean? I said, no, I've got a better idea. I've had time to think about it. Don't put me in the ocean. I said, I'd rather if you went to a sex shop and bought a big, good quality vibrator. Then I want you to tip my ashes into the vibrator and then I'd like you to throw it over the fence of a women's prison. I haven't feared death since I've come up with that, to tell you the truth. Still having fun, enjoying life, you know. You got to do it. You got to have fun, and life is to be enjoyed, you know. So you taking care, Pop? Yep. Good. You had all your checkups, including the one men don't like to talk about, but I'm going to. Yeah. So you've had your prostate checked. Good for you. Fishing trip, or did you go to a doctor? I only bring it up because 6 months ago I went in for my 12-month checkup with a kidney. Works out on, at the moment, 18 months clear of cancer. Great. But while I was in there, the doctor's got my blood test and he goes through it. He goes, cholesterol's getting a bit high. Watch what you eat. Sugar's good. You're not diabetic. Calcium, salt, sugar, right to the bottom of the list where it says prostate. And he goes, Steve, on here says your prostate's okay. He goes, but you're well over 50 and you've already had cancer and this is not definitive. You really should have the physical examination. Book it in. We'll do it next week. I was like, mate, do it now. I don't need the week of foreplay. So he looked at his watch to see if he had time. He went out to the reception. He came back in. So we can do it now. We got heaps of time. We won't be disturbed. He said, just take your pants off and put them over there on the table next to mine. Put me up on the table, pushed my knees up to my chest. He pushed those apart, puts on a rubber glove, smothered that in lube, then leans forward, looks me right in the eye and he goes, now, relax. Relax, my bum was snapping at passing flies. It's true. Jabs the digit in, starts poking around, doing what he's got to do, which is a perfectly normal medical procedure. But Pop, then he leans forward again, looks me right in the eye and he goes, oh, don't be embarrassed. In that position, on my back, legs in the air, finger in me coit. He goes, oh, don't be embarrassed. He goes, it's perfectly normal, very common actually. A lot of men get an erection during this examination. And I said, I haven't got one. He went, no, I have. I was, what the fuck? Anyway, the positives are my prostate's fine and I've got a new golf partner. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming. Back to Terry. We'll see you another night. Cheers.